Imagine the relief, the overwhelming joy after years of agonizing uncertainty. Today, 7 Israeli hostages were freed by Hamas, offering a glimmer of hope in the long and devastating Gaza conflict. This release, secured on Monday morning, is a direct result of the Gaza peace agreement, a deal brokered notably by the Trump administration. But here's where it gets controversial. Was this deal truly a victory for peace, or simply a strategic move with longer-term implications? Why is this so important? These hostages, primarily civilians, endured over 2 years of captivity within Gaza. Their freedom has been a top priority for both Israel and the United States, considered essential to ending the ongoing war. Their release represents a significant step, but the road ahead remains complex. The hostage release was timed closely with President Trump's arrival in Israel, part of a broader Middle East tour designed to solidify his Gaza peace plan. This timing raises questions about the political motivations behind the deal. Was the release expedited to coincide with the president's visit, potentially influencing public perception and bolstering his diplomatic efforts? Driving the news is the specific agreement. Hamas was obligated to release all 20 living hostages by noon on Monday, local time. The initial group of 7 was released shortly after 8 a.m., transferred to the Red Cross, who will then hand them over to Israeli forces within Gaza. The remaining 13 hostages are expected to be freed later in the day. These individuals will then be transported to a military base just outside the Gaza Strip, where they will finally reunite with their families. From there, they will be taken to hospitals across Israel for crucial medical attention. And this is the part most people miss. The physical and psychological toll of prolonged captivity in underground tunnels, with limited resources and medical care, will undoubtedly be immense. These hostages have spent the better part of 2 years in appalling conditions, suffering from wounds sustained during the initial Hamas attacks on October 7th. Israeli officials are understandably deeply concerned about their overall health. Zooming in further, the agreement extends beyond the release of living hostages. Hamas is also tasked with recovering the remains of 28 deceased hostages, including 2 Americans, Itay Chen and Omer Nutra. This aspect presents its own set of challenges. Hamas, during negotiations, claimed they lacked precise knowledge of the locations of all the deceased hostages. They cited instances where guards were killed or bodies were buried under rubble. To address this, a multinational task force has been established, dedicated to sharing information and conducting search operations within Gaza to locate the remains. Meanwhile, there's a considerable price being paid for this hostage release. In exchange, Israel will release 250 Palestinian prisoners currently serving life sentences in Israeli jails, essentially all but a small handful of the Palestinian prisoners with life sentences. Furthermore, Israel will release 1,700 Palestinians detained by the IDF in Gaza following the October 7th attacks. However, there were limits. Israel refused to release Hamas militants directly involved in the October 7th attacks, and also declined to release a dozen Palestinian prisoners considered symbolic figures, such as Hamas military leader Ibrahim Hamed and Marwan Barghouti, a former Fatah leader in the West Bank. This decision is likely to spark debate. Was it a necessary compromise to secure the hostages' release, or a missed opportunity for broader reconciliation? This entire situation raises some crucial questions. What are the long-term implications of this deal for the region? Does it truly pave the way for lasting peace, or simply delay further conflict? And perhaps most importantly, how can we ensure the safety and well-being of all those affected by this ongoing crisis? What are your thoughts on the prisoner exchange aspect of the deal? Is it a fair price to pay for the release of hostages, or does it embolden future acts of terrorism? Share your perspective in the comments below.